Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Non-League to Legend, it's the City of Liverpool, and we are here with you episode 11 of Non-League to Legend. And today we have got a game against Squires Gate, which is actually tomorrow in game, but we do have a game against Squires Gate in this episode, which is first versus second in the league. However, we are here a day before because this is a massive screen of importance. We have Youth Intake Day on the 1st of March. And the reason why that is so important is a few things. In lower league database saves, it is important for your youth intake to be good in terms of future potential, because if you are expected to maybe not go through the leagues bang, 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 maybe there's a team with a lot of money, like Hereford back in a few years on FM used to be able to just go bang, bang, bang because the squad was pretty good. We're not like that, so to get a team that has a little bit of potential in terms of the youth intake, you can definitely grow and mould some players into very good non-league footballers. The second thing, that the reason why it's good, is in the non-league, it's not out of the realms of possibility that you actually get a youth intake with a player that's already like 2, 3, 4-star potential ability or current ability with 5-star potential. Now, does that mean they're going to be great, Premier League well-beaters? No, it just means that they have currently got potential to be 4-star for your squad and 5-star potential to maybe grow. So maybe we get a regional player that's already at a regional level and could maybe have potential to be a Vanarama North-South. Now, is that a player that's going to net us a lot of money in the future in terms of his potential? No, but it's definitely a player that's good enough to go straight into your first team squad and to grow and hopefully be at the club and help your club progress to get up the ranks a bit quicker. The last reason why it's so important, and this has happened in the past on YouTube, I'll go back to Dr. Benji Salford's story with Peter Phillips, the Lewis story with Work the Space, I reckon the striker was even called Lewis. You get players that regen and they're already 5-star ability with 5-star potential, and the 5-star potential is actually Premier League potential. And then you get Premier League clubs sniffing around and you're in the non-league, you're not making money, and then you sell a player for 2 mil and all of a sudden your club's got a fair bit of money to throw around at the non-league level. That's what we're hoping for. Is that going to happen? The latter of that one, is it going to happen? Probably not. But the reason why youth intake is important is probably for the other first two. If we can find players with good potential, with decent stats that can maybe do a job, be in and around the squad, or if we can get players that are going to regen out as good players for us right now, that would be great too. It's also not possible. It's not impossible for us to actually go around, look at the other youth intakes around level 10 in the Northwest Counties League, and maybe find players of a little bit better potential. But because of our ranking in the league, we might be able to poach them to come to us next season and really build a nice big young squad. It's not out of the realms of possibility. In saying that though, unfortunately we don't get that 5-star, which is really hard to get at this level, and we don't get anyone that's like 2, 3-star ability, which would have been nice to go straight into the squad and have that potential. However, we do have a few players, and we do have a couple of areas where I need a player. We do need a centre-back. It was important we go and strengthen as a backup goalkeeper. So let's go take a look through. So Josh Froggatt is the first one. Now, Josh born in Liverpool, that's a big thing. He was born in Liverpool. Does he have a favourite team? No, he supports City or Liverpool. He's one of the perps, and he can also play centre mid. He's got very good determination, which is important. He's actually got not bad physicals. He's got good, decent fitness for the level. He's got okay pace. Unfortunately, his jumping reach isn't the best. He's not the tallest centre back. He doesn't have really any good technicals, but he has decent positioning, decent work rate, decent determination, decent decision making, and he's actually got not bad passing for a centre back of this level. Usually they have 1s or 2s. Is he going to be a player that I reckon is going to be very good in the future? Maybe for us, who knows? But, once again, at non-league level, if you get promoted once or twice, players like this become redundant as well. So it depends, but definitely a player that we will look to go and approach the sign and say, look, come on in and we'll give you some game time in and around the squad, and we'll see what we go with. Sam Doran's the next one with also that 5-star potential, and he's a goalkeeper, and already you can see that he could be not bad. You might go, but he has 4 1-on-1s and 7 kicking. Yes, but if you compare him to Ben, right? Ben also isn't like the best shot stopper ever. But if you go to the attributes, Ben's got 10, 4, and 11. He's already got better kicking and better handling. It's only in 1-on-1s where he loses out big time. But the reason why I look at Sam Doran and go, oh, he's not bad. He's got a little bit of determination. He's got a little bit of jumping reach, which is important at the level. He's got pretty tall. And for a level 10 goalkeeper, height is actually quite a big thing because they can use that jumping reach. He's also got very good rushing out. His tendency to punch is maybe a little high, but it also means with that rushing out for crosses and his jumping reach, he might be a bit of a menace in the air in terms of being able to punch crosses and so on. Sam Doran will be not a bad backup for us and has a little bit of potential, and I don't mind having Sam on board and would love to get him on a youth contract in the future. Who else is worth looking at? I reckon anyone to Luke Riley's not bad. And we'll see what we go. Tom there is a leader, is a centre mid. He's a natural leader. He's got great work rate. And to be honest, he actually isn't bad, ladies and gentlemen. And you would say, well, it's a bit weird for you to say that he isn't bad, Dame. If you see me wipe my nose, we're dealing with a bit of a cold. It's 41-degree weather as well at the moment here in Adelaide. So it's a bit of annoying, but what can you do? Anyway, he's got great technique for the level. So 9, great technique. He's also got decent first touch. He's got actually some decent flair and decent teamwork and decent work rate, which means that maybe as a Carrillo or even as a ball-winning midfielder, which we do use in the first team, he's not bad. His marking's quite poor, but he has very good natural fitness, which means he probably could go box the box. And as you can see, he could improve a lot in the future. Unfortunately, he needs to do a little bit more, but he's definitely a player that is actually not too far off being our second best player with a lot of potential. I wouldn't mind Tom being in and around the squad and seeing what he can do. And maybe these three you might see get a little bit of game time this year, especially with us being, 10, 11 points in the league. Next thing you see is Arnold Cooper, and Arnold Cooper's got a little bit of potential. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that clear technical stat, but he does have a bit of speed. He's got decent pace and great acceleration, and actually not bad determination as well. He's definitely a player that isn't the worst, but anyone with a little bit of pace in level 10 is not bad at all. He's a little bit of a selfish player at 15, but if he grows that little bit, will be okay. The last one's probably Luke Riley. As a pressing forward, I don't think would use him, but when you actually look at his stats, he's not bad. Fortunately, he's a bit of an aggressive player, so a few red cards coming there for Luke O'Reilly. He's also got decent natural fitness. He's actually got decent jumping reach at 185, so he wouldn't be the worst option to use just because he's got a little bit of pace and natural fitness. He's also young, stragglers, unambitious. He's Welsh as well, comes from Liverpool. Doesn't support us, unfortunately. I didn't check if the others supported us. Please tell me maybe Tom Wilkinson supported us. He's a City of Liverpool supporter. That's great. But Luke O'Reilly's not too bad. I don't think there's anyone there really worth looking at. If Tom Ainsley's really quick, he's actually got 12 finishing for a poacher, and it's not the worst. I'll tell you what, he can actually hit a ball very sweetly. Is Tom Ainley. Anyone else that maybe we need to look at? If the winger's really quick. He's not. He's got very good acceleration, actually playing a few areas. But that's really it in terms of the youth intake. But as I said, we are playing Squires Gate today in the game, first versus second. We are 8 points clear, 25 games played of the 38. Win this one today, and, we can nearly say to ourselves that, look, we're creeping away at the right moment. We're keeping the gap nice and big. Lose that one today, and all of a sudden, the league starts getting a little bit tighter and squeaky bum time ensues. But I'll see you for that Squires Gate game in just a second. Don't go anywhere. It'll be the City of Liverpool versus Squires Gate, first versus second in the league. We are back, YouTube. Part 2 of episode 11 here with the City of Liverpool versus Squires Gate, first versus second. Such a huge game in terms of the league. Can we go out there? Can we go and keep a massive gap to second, or will the league start getting a little bit tight? In terms of the players that all are ineligible because we're not allowed to play trialists, but once they are on loan are on contracts, we will definitely be able to use them. Anyway, with the way things are going here at the moment, Gary Mills is going to come back in, but there is talk Gary Mills may be leaving. To be quite honest, I think Gary Mills is not the worst player in the world, but he's very limited to what he does. He's a good player for North West County, but he's only a 2-star player. I would love to maybe make an improvement on him, and to be honest, the centre mid, which I think was Wilkinson, the leading guy, I'm more than happy to go and play him for the rest of the season as well and see how he develops as a player getting first-team football. Anyway, we are into this game here. Denson's going to come back in as well, and hopefully we'll be okay here against Squires Gate. As you can see, we did make a few changes to the first team squad. I'm just going through that now in the last game we played because we, wanted to keep players fresh for this Squires Gate game. As you can see here in the last few games, since the FA Vase game, we did beat Winsford 4-1, but we did lose to Norwich in the league, beating a 10-11 game unbeaten run, coming to a crashing end where we lost 3-2 in a game we probably deserved to lose, to be honest, against Norwich. We weren't great, but we weren't bad. Maybe a draw was a fair result as well. We then won 4-1 against West Disbury and Carlton. We do have Squires Gate, though, like I said, and let's get into it because I'm excited. It's first versus second in the league. Can we do it? Hopefully we can. I reckon it's going to be a nervy game. We beat Squires Gate big time last time we played them, but I thought we were a little bit lucky. So we'll wait and see how we go anyway. A lot of the lads are happy to be here, and they do listen to this team talk very well. I'm not going to set any opposition instructions just as yet, and we'll see how we go. It's going to be us in the purple. Of course, it's us in the purple, and Squires Gate in the red. Can we go and do the business? Hopefully we can. Or else it's going to get quite tight in the league, and we might have to start stressing a little bit if we're going to hold on here. There's still more than 10 games to go, so we can't say that it's, we're home and hose if we win this game just yet, but it'll definitely make our life a lot easier. The first few minutes were the team creating, but not the team keeping the ball, and I think the last one played Squires Gate was a YouTube episode. They played a 4-4-2 that was very heavy on playing possession-based football. They had a lot of chances from distance, if I remember correctly, and we created very well off the break against them. But we'll see what goes on anyway. As Davidson brings the ball into Alton, into Kay. Kay now with the ball into Davidson. Davidson from distance maybe. McMillan there. Ledger with a nice tip across the post. And there we go. Still 0-0 after 18 minutes played. Got down well to his left, did Ben Ledger. He's been keeping quite well for a keeper. It's not really the best at this level, but was the best that we could buy at the time of being available. And it hasn't cost us at all this year. We have a squad that on paper isn't the greatest, but isn't bad. As McMillan's free kick was not bad. It kept curling back, but it hit the outside of the post and we get it away. There's a part of me that goes, maybe a draw here is not the worst either, but I'm not going to set up the play for a draw. As Johnson's there, he gets pushed in the back, and it is a penalty. And of course, it will be Lee Hendry, who I reckon is a shoo-in to win Player of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe Jamie McDonald's with him, but I think Lee Hendry might win Player of the Year. He's been quite good, and he does score the penalty. It wasn't the most convincing one, but the keeper should have done better. But I don't care how they go in. We're 1-0 up here. Just his delivery of ball has been so good. He's been picking up passes, and he's been scoring his opportunities from set pieces, from distance, from penalties. And he's just been sensational, has Lee Hendry. The game realised it wasn't a great penalty. He's only on a 6.9 match rating after that. But, that is fine. Anyway, the throw-in of Jamie McDonald finds his feet into Jay Hunter. He's been quite good coming in. The clearance is only as far as George Mills. He hits it on the volley, but always on the high side, was never coming down. And 34 minutes played, still only 1-0. But we are creating chances. 9 chances off the break we've already created in this game. Only 2 on target, and that's been the major problem of late. We say the major problem, like we won 11, or we were undefeated in 11 before we lost our last game against Norwich. We're just having a lot of games where we're creating chances but not putting them on target, which could be a problem. Anyway, we can't get complacent out there. We have to go and turn this result into win. We can't allow for Squires Gate to come back into it, to go and win this game here, or to, get a point. We have to go and show ourselves. We have to show why we're top, go get ourselves a second, and really kill this game off. As Sumner with the ball down the line into Bondswell. Bondswell now running inside, still with Bondswell, looking out to Battersby into Alton. Alton now with it, still with Alton. His ball out to Davidson. Davidson now finds Alton, and off they go then into Battersley. Very well built up here. The good ball into the box, but Johnson heads away, but only as far as Alton. Alton now into Kay. Kay with it again, and very good here from Squires Gate into Davidson. Davidson into Alton. And they're probing the spaces very well in front of our 18-yard box. But we are keeping a nice big flat four, which is fine. We do press out there. Can we stop the ball coming in? We don't. Johnson heads away. Can we bring it under control? Hendry had a chance to. He did it. And Kay in the Bondswell. Bondswell now to McMillan. Don't let him turn. Kay's there. And I tell you what, it was a very good work goal there from Squires Gate. Lee Hendry might be a little bit disappointed with himself. He had a chance to bring it down and clear it, or had a chance to pick out a pass. That he was a rushed header. As we weren't at 6s and 7s, we kept 2 banks of 4 very well, limiting the space in front of the box. It's just we weren't closing down enough. Kelly not being narrow enough in out of possession. We like to defend quite narrow in this 4-4-2, and he wasn't. He was caught out. Yet again, though, that's the thing. We are in the lower levels. They don't really, set themselves up very well in BPO or in BP. Hence why I reckon our 4-4-2s work well, but, we do have these problems where we just not the greatest as well. As Hendry's ball in towards Carl Noon was fizzed in, but doesn't find him. Anyway, the ball back in there, falls to Noon. What a touch, what a finish. I actually thought it was cleared to initially begin with, but McDonald's ball fizzed in the Noon. He just took a nice touch, and a nice couldn't finish. The ball in from Lee Hendry was actually quite a good ball in. Noon just couldn't get there. And then McDonald there, watch this, fizzes it in. What a touch between bodies on the fire, and then left foot finish. Instinctive from Carl Noon. Great ball in from Jamie McDonald, and those two combining again. And very happy with how things are going here. Braxton's not having the best of game, but I don't think we really have an opportunity to bring anyone on. Clayton can play as a fullback. We might put him out there as a fullback as well. He's not natural in it, but he's probably better than what Braxton's dishing up at the moment. Hunter's not having his best game either, and Clayton would be the obvious choice, but I prefer to be a little bit better defensively. McDonald's not had his best game, even though he has the assist. And what I'm going to do is bring Lewis Troke on. He's got good speed, Lewis, and maybe we can hit him on the break and maybe find a late winner. There is going to be a time to go defensive, and I was about to say that time is now, but it's a highlight, and Bondswell into K. K now with the ball, running inside. K from distance, great save from Ben. Was a sensational save from the keeper. It was away to his left. It was a great save indeed. If we can rewind and actually have a look at it from behind the goal, as a goalkeeper coach, this makes me quite happy because technically it was brilliant. Great run from K, but as we slow this down, Ben going high to his right. It was a great strike between bodies. It fizzes through, and K Ledger might see it late. Great save from the keeper, flying high. And I'm very happy with that. That is for sure. We'll go back to direct to cam. We go back to live. I don't like making changes at corners, so we won't make that change just yet. But Bondswell balling. K's there! But it's over the bar. Do they have two brothers playing for him, like Ben K and MK? Or is it just me? BK and MK. I'm going to say they're brothers, older and younger brother. Why not? Let's go for it. Anyway, with our last chance that we are going to just make a defensive change. We're going to get Carl Noon off. He's had a good game. We will drop in Thorpe into the middle of the park. We don't have that backup centre back, but hopefully Denson can go out into the middle. He's not the worst there. We're going to go to very defensive, and all we're going to do is just go and waste time whenever possible, and we're just going to slow it down a little bit and hold our shape, and hopefully we can just be a little bit more pragmatic and just close the spaces up and see it out. And with 6 seconds left, we are going to get in Alton could be in trouble here. He's already been booked. He's off. It's going to waste a little bit more time off the clock, which we're happy with. It was a rush challenge from Alton, maybe a bit frustrated by the result. But we are going to see this one out here, ladies and gentlemen, in first versus second. It doesn't matter how they come. To be honest, it wasn't a bad performance from us. It wasn't great. But, you know, Johnson's milking the clock here for all it's worth, which is fine by me. And we are going to win this game here against Squires Gate if the referee wants to blow his whistle. And I'm very happy with that one there. As Hendry in the Troke, it is full time. And we do keep our gap at the top of the table. If we go and tell the boys that I'm very happy with it, because obviously we don't care how the results come. Big save by Ben at the end as well. And yeah, let's see how many points we are clear and when we're going to come back for the next episode. It's going to be another episode between one of the top 4 sides. It has to be. There we go. And hopefully we'll be okay if the time even wants to tick over as well. I'm very happy with how the squad's been performing this year, but there is a part of it that does, if we get promoted, maybe change from 4-4-2 to 4-4-3 because we just haven't been not attacking enough, but haven't been creating enough chances. And that sounds a bit weird when we have gone and scored 70 goals this season. Maybe we're nitpicking. Maybe the 4-4-2 is working well. But let me know in the comments, would you change to a 4-3-3 and try and be a little bit more, not attacking, so to say, but a little bit more creative going forward in a 4-3-3, would you leave it the same? In terms of where we're going to be next, maybe we're looking for a Whitechurch game or Squires Gate game. Whitechurch is not too far away. We don't have anybody of importance coming up. Leatherhead, Runcorn yet. Whitechurch, Abbey Hay, and Ashton Athletic. Wow, I think we have to come back for a triple header, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a triple header episode coming up that could determine if we're going to go and win the league or not against Whitechurch, Abbey Hay, and Ashton Athletic. And I will see you next time for episode 12, the triple header, which could determine if we're going to get promoted or not. Thank you and goodbye from Damien from the City of Liverpool and non-league to legend. Links in the description below. Go follow us on Twitch. Go subscribe on YouTube. Thank you and goodbye.